Firstly, we're going to look at the current ransomware landscape and how it's changed sort of since the start of 2023 up to now, but predominantly concentrating on H1 of 2024. There's been a perceived increase in international law enforcement activity, resulting in disruption of ransomware operations. Disruption has included arrests, sanctions, infrastructure seizures, and the dissemination of decryption tools, just to name a few aspects. Although there has been a perceived increase in disruption activities in the number of ransomware group posts, the victim numbers have sort of changed over time. So in H1 2024, 72 ransomware groups posted victims, whereas in 2023, 46 ransomware groups posted victims. So over that time period, for H1 2023 until H2 or H1 2024, there has been a 57% increase in the number of groups posting victims. So if we look at the actual number of victims who have been posted onto these ransomware group sites, in the first half of this year, we've seen 2,879 victims being posted onto these ransomware group sites. This has been an increase by 50% compared to those in H1 2023. However, we have seen a decrease in the number of victims posted since H2, or the last quarter specifically, of 2023. Okay, so there's been a 16% decrease. And that last aspect in 2023 saw the most victims being posted out of all the time when ransomware groups have had dark web extortion sites active. Okay, it was the most prolific period of time for those groups. So we have seen that slight decrease at the first half of this year. That being said, as this year has progressed up until June, there has been a slight increase over time in those number of victims being posted. Okay, but it's only a slight increase. But year on year, there has been an increase. So H1 2023, H2 2023, there has been an increase. Okay, now let's concentrate on the top groups. So those groups who have been posting the most victims over the first half of this year. So along the left-hand side, we've got position 1 to 5, and then we've got the group names. So in first place, we've got Lockbit. Okay, I'm sure many of you are aware of who Lockbit are and how prolific they are within the ransomware field. All the way down to 8base in the 5th position. All of these groups, apart from Lockbit, have posted more victims in 2023 than they had during the same period of time in 2024. Okay, so we've seen an increase in Play, RansomHub, Black Bastard, and 8base in terms of those victims posted. We have, however, seen a decrease when we look at Lockbit. Okay, so the number one group who've been involved in those ransomware attacks. All of these groups are what we call a ransomware as a service operator. And we'll cover what we mean by ransomware as a service on the next slide. In third place, we have RansomHub. So RansomHub are a new ransomware group. Okay, that's why we've got no information for them for 2023. But already they have established themselves as being one of the most prolific ransomware groups out there. We will cover off RansomHub a little bit later on within this presentation.